welcome back everyone. Today's episode we got another Harley seat to do here. Looks like they're coming in. Everybody's wanting them done. This one's going to be real different. I'm doing some pretty cool stuff with it. I was having some issues with that FAF. You guys seen any other videos there how it was jamming up? I tried to do like a little timing adjustment on it and I got it better, but it's still skipping stitches now every so often. I can't have that.
Nope, sorry, can't. No way, no how.
Especially on the top shows. So went ahead and switched it out, got the console over here, cleaned it off nice. I'm gonna have to find someone there to take that in and get it serviced, but it just ain't right. I mean, that thing should be, actually people are saying better than the console with as far as like the strength of it and what it can do and all that. It does have more things you can do with it, kind of in a few different ways, but I do like the top the top bobbin where you put it in the top. It's easier, just a few things, but
it's simple. I'm
gonna take that in and get it fixed. For now we're gonna be using the console. Hopefully that all works out good. I think it does. I've been doing some little test runs after I cleaned it, but let me show you guys this. Here's the top view of it. Pretty cool. Now this design, let me get the front here. This is just a test I did. We're gonna go ahead and redo it. I'm gonna do it all new on camera, so
brand new.
But what it is it's like a belt design with eyelets in it, and in the background it's got, this is the red carbon fiber, that's the black carbon fiber, and I don't know if you guys can see in them holes, but it's got the red carbon fiber in the background of it too. And you can put black back there or whatever you want. You'll see when I'm doing it how that all works. But so yeah, I just kind of made it to show the guy. Pretty excited about it. He's doing a lot of work to this bike, and I'm doing some of his powder coating and stuff and this seat, so I'm excited. I got a couple things that I've done to it for him, so he can show it to people and hopefully get some more people that wants, stuff done. Because I got a bunch of other ideas that I want to start doing with these bike seats to try and mix it up. We've been doing a lot of the diamond pattern, so I think now I want to go ahead and switch it up a little bit and try to do some other things with it there. But so yeah, I'm gonna get set up and I already got the old cover off, as you guys can see. Got all the staples and stuff out and cleaned up. I just gotta cut it apart. It's gonna be a little different on how the design is from factory to this, because I am gonna run this belt into the back part of the seat. I'm just not sure where I'm gonna break it off, how I'm gonna do it yet. Because I know I can't run it into these slots down here where you got to pull it through the bottom. This cover has 2 areas that pull through and then you staple them. So I know I can't run it into there. It's just going to be too thick there. So I'm going to have to stop it somewhere, restart it, and kind of go like that. So we'll figure all that out. We'll get this set up, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're got it laid out and ready to sew. Be back shortly. All right, welcome back everyone. So what we've done here is I cut out all the patterns. I put it on the foam and stuff. I used a 1/4 inch on the smaller things and a 1/2 inch on the ones I had to do the pleats in. So what I've done here, if you could see the from the top view there, we've done the registration marks in the red, black, on both sides of the red and the black. That way when I sew this on this side, I'll know when I sew this side, the thread is going to line up with this side.
For me, see? Easy as pie.
So I did that on the small one and the big one, because we got a small one over there. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to sew it first, I think. And then we'll go ahead and do the eyelets in it. I think I'm going to do, yeah, that's how we'll do it. We'll do the small one first, and then we'll do this one. Let me set it up and I'll bring you guys back here in a few minutes. Okay, I told you guys yesterday I cleaned the console up and brought it over. Man, after sewing on the FAF, even though it had the little issues in it, that thing does sew much smoother and nicer. I just sewed these up here off camera a little bit ago, and that thing, it does sew smoother. So
Mom told you, dummy.
I found a manual to go ahead and retune the whole thing. I'm going to download it and print it out and try to get that thing right. Because the people want like $40 just to look at it and clean it, and then 80 or 95 to retime it, which in the manual, it's not that much work. It's probably 30 minutes tops work once you get into it. Taking it apart, maybe 15, 20 minutes, cleaning a few items, and then doing that. So hour, so for, a little under $150, I think I'd do that myself for 45 minutes. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this side on there first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew these on here first, and then we'll punch the holes and set our grommets. I'm trying to get these things lined up good. That way we have
smash like
lined up marks. Yeah, this thing sews good. This is my bad boy here, but that FAF it's smoother. I'll give it that. I will. I ain't sewed on this thing in so long. I forgot what it was like. And after that thing, man. Of course, this thing has a different quiet motor on it, so it may be old. I mean, I might need to change the brushes in it. I think I got a pack of brushes I can change with it. So maybe it's just like buzzy. It might, like I said, it might be in that motor. So okay, and that's got to make sure here. Yep. Okay, I just wanted to make sure before we did that. I didn't want to sew it on the wrong way and look at the other side and have thread that don't line up. Yeah, I hope I can make that thing start and stop like this does, because this thing, it's just, I don't care how you do it, it works no matter what. Which that should too, you know. Supposedly that's a better machine than this, supposedly. I ain't seen it yet, but I mean, as far as the smoothness, yes, it does. I agree on that one. I'll pick it over this any day for the smoothness. Okay, so we got this. I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and sew my black top stitch in the red right now, because we gotta switch over to red to do it on the black. And then we're gonna put red carbon fiber behind this black once we put the eyelets in. So I'll do the black first. I do like the pressure foot on this one. I got a bunch of different ones for this that are with guides and stuff, and I thought I ordered it for that one, but they were all for this one. I don't know, unless I put them somewhere, I don't know, but I thought I ordered them for both back when I got that machine, but it's just for this one. What I mean by that, there's a guide on the side of this foot, so when you're doing like button up to the edge of it, you're almost guaranteed to sew right along the edge of the outer parts of the material to give you a nice straight sew, you know. But you could do that with just a regular foot too. It doesn't have to be because of that thing. I was worried about not catching that. Okay, put this side on. Try to keep that thing down nice. Okay, now I got that on there, and if you could see, oops, sorry, you could see here, our sew lines match, and that's because I made those little notches in the the registration sew marks. So we're good to go on that. So now what we'll do is we're going to figure out where we're going to put this. This is going to be the back part of the seat, or I think this is only going to have 2 eyelets in it because of the way the pattern goes, and then the bottom one will have more. So let's get you back over here real quick. Okay, so what we're going to do, camera up a little bit. All right, so this thing, where's my pattern? All right, so this is the pattern up here, which goes like that. So that'll be there. Try to give you guys an idea of how I'm doing this, but it's gonna be hard, so just follow along with me. All right, so it looks like we can put, that's our bottom there. I think I can put, so I'll put one in this one and that one to be safe. So these two here. Let me mark those. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to find the center of this, which is 1 1/16 roughly, because that's 1 1/8. Okay. And then half of 1 3 or 1.5 is going to be 3/4. Try to bring it here. All right. I think that looks about right. Okay. Let me grab my punches. Now you want to go smaller than the eyelet size. My the machine that used to do these broke. I mean, literally the casting broke. So I machined that on my lathe, and it'll accept all the different dies that I have. And I'll tell you what, it works better than that machine does. I did some tests the other day, and this thing too, this is the base of it. So you just unscrew the set screw, that comes out, and the other ones go in there, the different size dies. So, and it's got a good little heaviness to it, so it ain't gonna move on you. It's definitely better than that piece of crap thing that broke so fast. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I literally tried to put, I think it was 1 button, really, and that thing just quickly snapped. All right, let me try to get this thing centered here. That looks about right. Okay, now one more. All right, that part's done. Now what we do, we just take push our, I think you guys can see either way, push our eyelet in there. Easily just set it on the machine, go around it, take your top part, which is like the washer. It's got like a bevel in it, so you want that bevel up, just like that. Give it a couple taps. Voila. Yeah, that thing works so much better. And this is so tight and smashed into the material. That test thing I did, it's just like floating. And that's when it broke on me. So I said, man, I got to get something made here. Yeah, I think I worked on it probably an hour and a half, maybe.
You are special.
On the lathe and the mill, because I had the machine down. That's nice. Okay, that's our top back part. Let me get it in camera here. You guys can see it. Yeah, I had the machine that flat there where the set screw goes, so I had to do that in the mill, and the rest of it I made in the lathe. Okay, so this will go, what we'll do is, this will be back here, so I need to take and make a pattern with our old thing here. I'll just bring that black completely up to the top, make sure we're in the center of both top and bottom, because we got to do the same thing here as we did on any of the other ones. We have to sew around it. Actually, I'm going to bring it down just a hair so I can sew around it. Yeah, I'm going to draw this line, we'll sew around it, and then we can cut this out, and then that's our piece for the back. I had this chalk sharp earlier. You'd be surprised, just using it twice makes it done. But as long as we're close. Okay, you guys can see that. And those will be in a perfect spot. And then our bottom piece, it's a lot longer, and we'll do maybe like 4 or 5 in there. So what way this is going to be is, this design here is going to be in the centers. And then on the outsides of it, we're going to have just regular flat carbon fiber surrounding it. And then we'll have black carbon fiber on the sides, and then of course our flat black just on the bottom that staples. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this. We've all seen that before, and cut it out and get that ready. And I'm going to sew the big one together, and I'll bring you back when I'm putting the eyelets in it, and then I'll show you how we're putting the red background on this. So those two will be completely done. Be back in a little bit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get these. I'm going to try to get like all the stuff that's getting black before I put the red on it. Try to get these lined up. That way we don't have to keep going back and forth. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to I downloaded a manual for that FAF. I think Friday I'm going to try to, I'm off Friday, so I think I'm going to try to get that thing, follow the instructions, and see if I can't. I found a couple things on the internet as far as somebody else doing it, but the guy don't talk, so he's just pointing at stuff. It's kind of aggravating. So I'm going to try to do it with the manual. Hopefully I can do it. I think it seems pretty, I was reading over it, seems pretty cut and dry. Just got to do some measuring when you're doing it, so take your time, you know. I was going to record it and do a video on it, since there's really nothing else out there that's worth watching. I mean, the guy that's doing it, he has some pretty cool stuff on his channel. I mean, I watch other things that he does, but that there, I'm not too happy with it. It just ain't, you can't, I mean, him not talking and just pointing around, and kind of got to guess. All right, let's go ahead and get our top sew on the black. I got the other one's done. It's ready. We did it yesterday. Other than the back of it, the red, the background. But the black top sew is done on the red, and the eyelets are in, as you guys seen. I'm trying to improve my sound a little bit, but in the beginning of this video, I had the mic on in the same area as I did the second part, and it sounded like I was far away. I don't know what the deal is. I hope that thread don't run out. I've been sewing with this black for a minute. What are you doing? Felt like it was trying to catch both of them. There's so many different ways to do what I'm doing right now. Some people glue this over on the bottom. Some people just put another piece of material over it. I've tried the material thing, but I didn't really have a lot of luck with it. Okay, these look all good. All right, I'm gonna set this on. Actually, let me see what I want to see how many eyelets we got to put in here. So I think we'll start. I don't know whether to start here because I got to sew that material. Yeah, we can start on this one. So we'll go that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll bring us Yeah, that's a decent amount there. Okay, get it centered. 1, 2, 3. So that's a half one right there. Half one right there. Pretty much where I had it. You can kind of just eyeball that one. This one we'll have to. I need to make me a little block to punch those out on. This thing is just too long. I could probably just cut some of this off. You don't need much, just enough to do your thing on it. Okay, so we got them all done. Well, the eyelet part, looking pretty cool. Let me get, well, we'll get a top view of that later. But anyways, what I was gonna do here is, I was going to do this center section just red, and then there's gonna be some red here, and of course, this one goes around that back one. That's gonna be red too. But the more I look at it, the more I wanna put the black belt in the center of this too. I'm not gonna put no eyelets in it, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow through with that part there. My only thing is, I gotta think about this because it's not gonna be pleated. So I'm not sure how that's gonna look. Let's just do it, and if it don't look right, then I'll just remake this panel, this one here, back in red. We'll just do it without the pleats, because this is gonna follow through with the outer skins. There is no pleat in it, if you guys follow what I'm saying. I'm trying to think how this goes. I think it goes like this. Okay, yeah, so here's these. They'll go there. See, there's gonna be no pleats. And then our black will be around the sides. We got some black carbon fiber that goes down here, and then the bottom part, the staple part. But anyhow, if you see what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. Let's just do it. We'll just make it, sew it in there without the pleats in here. That way the belt is following through there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get it set up, and when I get over to the sewing there, I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so we went ahead, got all these ready. I cut the pieces for the backgrounds. We're gonna glue them. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do them here. This, went ahead and did these off camera. I put the black in. I already did the black and the red top stitch on them, so the belt will follow through all the way. I think that this is gonna be the way. It looks pretty good, so. Right now we're gonna glue these. I'll show you how I'm gonna do this. See if I can't knock this thing over. Probably will. And then this part. I'm just using a ruler because I'm lazy to find something. This ruler has so much glue on it. Okay. We'll let that set up a second. Glue this one. We don't need a lot because we're going to top sew that, but I want that to stay in place. I want it to stay in place while I'm doing the back of it. And I'll show you something here in a second. I went ahead and cut the lip off that usually folds this way, you know, for the stitch to hit. I cut it off flush. Quite a bit of work in something like this. I mean, you got to realize all the stuff you got to do. Okay, so we'll take this now. That should be set up enough. And we're just going to stick it right on here, if I can get it even. See, now it won't move when we top sew it on the other side. It's that one. Just something to hold it there for us, that's all. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and see, now we'll have our red in the background through the eyelet. Pretty cool. You can actually use whatever color you want. If we wanted to do black back there, but once that's down to the seat real nice, it should pop through better, but kind of like that, you know what I mean? So, all right, let's go over to the machine. Give me a second. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to top sew it in red. Well, that's going to stay like that now. Usually if it takes off that fast on you, don't go back because you're going to have a big lock area. We'll just tighten a knot down there because we're going to sew around that anyways here in a minute. Okay. I'm not going to do it with that one yet. This thing being real touchy. Yeah, oh well, we'll tie that one too. It's because I'm back on camera. I just sewed everything else up like it was This thing is so touchy. Okay, there's our red and the black now. Yeah, so the flap that was back there that we fold over to hit with the threads, I cut the black one off. The red one, we top sewed it. But that'll just stay glued on there, and we top sewed that onto that, so it's got something to hold. All right, let's get this other one done, and this part's done. Yeah, like I said a little bit ago, there's quite a bit more work in something like this, but the end result, man, this thing is going to be pretty badass. You don't usually see something like this. You don't usually see something like that on a bike. Not, you know, they do a lot of tooling, like where they carve in the leather, but to get in this is usually like real custom in cars. You'll see this stuff like this when you get into high-end custom cars. But you can imagine to do, you know, a couple buckets and a bench and maybe a center console, all in something like this with the belting, you know, quite a bit of work. Thread changes, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn that thing back down. Okay, all right, good. I'm gonna trim this stuff off, but look at that, man. Looks real sharp, real sweet. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get the red changed back over to black so we can sew our outer part on this. I'll bring you back shortly. Okay, the black is on. This will be like that. We'll go ahead and start here. Get these marks where I can see them. Yeah, I can only mark these. I don't want to cut into these threads on any of it, so let me grab some scissors. Okay, get some, oh, I already did it. I didn't realize that. I got some relief cuts in this. This is that much tougher to do with the foam backing. So if you ever decide to do something like this, that's what you'll have to look forward to. If you put the backing on it, which you almost have to make it look nice, feel nice. You can't cut corners when you're this far into it, you know. Well, we're falling into place. Yeah, I can't wait to get my faff back together now. Well, I can't wait to get it working right and then sewing back on it. It does sew nicer than this. I'm gonna give it up. But like I said, I ain't sewed, excuse me, I ain't sewed on this thing in, God, I don't know how long. You should have seen how dirty it was. I was embarrassed to show it. So me and my wife did that off camera. All right, so both of these sides are gonna get black. So we'll go ahead and do the outer first. That out of the way. Actually, let me get this out of the way too. Now that I got that sewed on there. Kind of awkward. I don't know why this one is so touchy. It's the same motor. Yeah, it's got a little knob on it, like slow and fast. They're all on the same settings. I don't know. Could just be where it's... This one is an older model of that motor, so maybe that's the thing. Maybe they did something better on the newer ones. By the motor, I'm talking about underneath here. It's the motor that makes that thing spin. Usually they come with these big tanks that are loud. They're real loud, and it's like a clutch belt driven thing. This is all servo. As soon as you can adjust the speeds and everything through a servo. pretty cool. No clutch stuff. Okay, now we have to go this way. That started, and then we'll get boogieing. This side's the thicker part too. And we're going the other way. It's kind of, once again, a little awkward. Sometimes I'll just walk it by hand instead of trying to tap the pedal and risk going too fast through here and missing the what do you call it? Yeah, we're going over 2 and 3 folds of material right there. Yeah, this thing is real touchy. I don't remember it being like that. I really don't. Okay, good. One down, one to go. Look at that bad boy. Looking pretty good. That's gonna be real sweet, man. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, and we caught everything. I was worried about that. Cool. Get a little bit of steaming and get that stuff to stretch a little and settle, and plus that sits over like a hump anyways. Good, good, good. All right, well, it's getting late tonight. I think that's about it for tonight. But I'll get it set up tomorrow when I get done working, and we'll get back to it. Try to get this thing knocked out tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, as you can see, I've done a lot of it off camera. So my FAF working real nice actually. So I downloaded that service manual and just followed it slowly and made sure everything was correct as far as all the settings went. And man, that thing, wow, wow, wow. And I saved myself a couple $100. I called that guy back and he was talking, well, you might need a belt and this and that, and you know how they try to throw stuff in. But anyways, that's working great. I got carried away and kept sewing after I fixed it, and man, does it sew beautiful. So I haven't had, knock on wood, not one problem. So I got all this sewed up here and it's looking so freaking hot. I mean, that thing is bad, man. It really is. I can't wait to get it on there nice and tight. The sides are black carbon fiber. Hopefully you can see that grain in the camera there. Maybe we can get it on top one too. Try to get a good, but that turned out super nice. I went ahead and cut the bottom piece for the, that we're getting ready to sew on. We'll do it on camera and then we'll do the rest on camera, you know, putting it together, steaming it and getting it done for them. But this is ready, that's ready. I'm gonna get it set up over there on the cameras and I'll bring you guys back here real shortly. Okay, let's get these bad boys going. Oh, you know what? I gotta get that piece. Yeah, I forgot I didn't put my marks in it. I ain't gonna know where to sew. That should be good. All right, let's start on a double, just like we always do. I think that one's the back. No, it isn't, because that's my double. So that's the front. Yep, all right, let's rock and roll. Let me make sure I ain't got this thing all tangled up. Yeah, like I said, I got that thing fixed. We're probably gonna run out of thread. This is so curly Q. Yeah, I remember, I mean, it used to jam up as soon as we done that. Yeah, I got so excited. I said, man, I gotta sew with this thing. I did some test patterns and stuff. I just got out some pieces of material. And I was like, man, let me start putting a little bit on the seat just to make sure. And no matter what I done, she stayed nice and golden. And before, when I set it, like I said, I watched that guy's video on YouTube. He don't talk, he just points with a little rolled up piece of paper towel, which, you know, it is what it is, and I'm not complaining. He made a video, he's trying to help, you know, but I tried to follow that as much as I could, and it just didn't, it wasn't, you know, man, I hope I didn't, okay, good. It just, like I said, I did it, I tried my machine, and it made it worse. It was not stitching threads after I got done with it. Like it would stitch two and miss a few. I don't know if I showed that to you guys or not. So I was like, man, and that's when me and my wife said, well, let's clean up the console. You got to get this stuff done. You know, there's other things sitting. I got to do those green buckets. That should be the middle. Yeah, I got to do those green buckets, and that wasn't going to work the way that thing was. And the console was so bad. I mean, we cleaned that thing for probably an hour or so, but everything worked out. Because now what I can do is, I'm going to set, this is going to be my main sewer here. because like I said, it's so smooth and nice now. It did before, other than that jamming up. You know, I was complaining so much about that. To tell you the truth, it's been a while since I sewed on that Juki I keep talking about. But if you pull both machines up, like on the internet, they almost look identical. You know, other than the name. And if I remember right, the way this is sewing right now, that's how that Juki sewed. It was just so smooth, so nice, you know. So I'm very happy now. It should have been like that when I bought it for the money I paid for it. And then I was getting ready to get ripped off by a service shop. He started naming off all kind of stuff. Well, normally what happens, and you're probably going to need this, and I said, I don't think so. And he goes, yeah, if it's doing what you're saying. I get it. I mean, he's trying to make some money, but dude, treat me right and I'll be back. But I'm glad I got that. I'm glad I found that manual. I am so glad. Because normally you got to pay for those when you download them. Actually, I'm glad we got to at least do this on camera. But this is the same as that one I did for my buddy that had that deer accident. So if you want to go back and see how I sewed the, you know, these things together, it's the same patterns, so nothing's different there. If you want to go back and watch that video, yeah, go back and check it out. I'd appreciate you watching it anyways, but if not, that's cool too. But yeah, if you're wanting to see it, it's the same thing. So we actually got to save a little time. I'm going to go ahead and remember, it would also lock up this way. It doesn't. Oh, guess what? Just ran out of thread. All right. So good. Before I top sewed, I'm glad that happened then. Yeah, try to hurry up. I forget what I was talking about. Yeah, these settings were there was 3 settings that were way off. I mean, my needle height, there's a little adjustment in the side of this thing. It was like way off. I mean, it was telling you it had to be within not even a millimeter. That thing was like 5 millimeter. So it was ungodly amount. So it's like I said, when they set these things up from the factory, you know, they just got templates they stick on it, and most of them are, I mean, you guys know where this is all made, so maybe half of them, the people doing this, are little kids, you know. I don't know how they do in their factories, but I'm not making fun of them by any means, because I've bought so much stuff from China in the past, and it's been really nice stuff. Like my powder coater, that's from there. You know, I ordered it directly off the internet and just paid for all the duty fees and all that crap. But so I'm not knocking them. But you got people that sometimes are, you know, the day gets ahead of them, and this gets missed, that gets missed, and that seems to be my flavor of, what do you call it? I thought somebody pulled up. Luck. Okay, let's go ahead and top sew this thing. Just so it's stronger. Get it underneath there. Good place to start, somewhere over here. Let's try it right there. Okay, get my new bobbin going. I think it did. I thought it quit recording. Yeah, he ought to be tickled about this seat. I know I am. I know, like I said the other day, normally you don't see a lot of this kind of stuff on a bike because it's so time consuming. Normally they just do like leather tooling, stuff like that diamond stuff I did. You know, this is a little bit, but he's doing a bunch of work to this bike, and I figured a lot of people are going to see it. And this is the kind of stuff that's nice to do when you're by yourself, because it's in and out stuff, you know. So not that I'll probably make a video of every single one of them, but definitely if we're doing new designs like this and new patterns, yeah, I'm definitely going to show you guys, you know, that way people can see it. I need to find my brushes for that other servo motor on that console now. I think they need change because it hums a little when you push the pedal. Anyways, so yeah, we'll get that other one set up. I'll get my brushes in it and get that smooth too, like this. It is a wonderful machine, my console. I'll never down it unless it's giving me a crap load of things. But you know, and I don't work on these for a living, you know what I mean? So I just didn't know what I'd be getting myself into, but I figured try it first. All I can do is make it worse, and he's going to charge me more money to fix it. Yeah, I knew right away once I got into it that where the problem laid. once I seen that setting, I was like, oh yeah, this thing is not good. This is gonna be fun through here. Try to do a little at a time. Normally you don't top sew areas like this, but I wanted to just have some more strength in here. I think as long as I don't sew my finger. Woo! That is getting tight. Come on, bad boy, a little bit more. Man, that is so hard on the hands. Just about there. Well, out of this churn. Yeah, I mean, sorry if you guys wanted to see the whole thing go on, but like I said, it's the same as that seat of my buddy that had that deer problem. It was the first diamond seat, so the burgundy and black. The one I said the story about the deer in it. I wanted to tighten my belt up in that motor, because sometimes when I get into these real thick areas of material, it wants to slip on the belt a little bit, but that ain't no biggie. It's only like when you're going over 3 or 4 areas. Actually, I didn't need to do that. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the cameras moved around. I gotta do the tie thing here. I'm gonna get the cameras moved around and get the steamer going. It might take a little bit, 15 minutes or so. And then I'll bring you guys back when the steamer's rolling. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to listen to that stupid loud compressor, but all right, good. We are ready. Cool. Yep, I'll get you guys set back up here in a few and bring you back here in probably 15 minutes. Okay, we are ready. Let me drain some of this out of here. This thing gets a lot of water in it. When that hose just collects it. Whew, that's hot. And we'll get this front on first. It's the most tightest area. I can't wait till he sees this. Try to get it. It's hard to do what I want to do and be able to catch it all on camera. Let me try that. Oh yeah, like a glove. All right, we're just gonna work our way down. Key is, as long as you keep it, I've said it before 100 times, you know, keep it soft and heated. You want it to be stretchy. Boy, that thing kicks on and immediately makes my nose run. It's like one of them Vicks vaporizers. I got the compressor built up. I'm hoping I have enough air in it to do without us having to kick it on, because wow. I mean, there's really, other than taking it out completely out of the video and putting some music in, there's no mute, you know, churn it down and muting it. That thing is like a train, a big choo-choo train. I think on the one I did for Jeff, my buddy, I don't think I padded like the surrounding one. I think I left it just the material and only padded where I did the diamonds in it. Not no biggie, but, and the only reason why I did this one is I didn't want these really sticking out too far, looking like a lump in the seat. So with the diamonds, it looks pretty good that way. This here is kind of a uniform design. You know, it's like a belt, and people do this on a lot of, when they make like luggage in old Mercedes, they'll put the belt straps in them, but done a little bit different. Like it's literally a belt strap over the, excuse me, over the, you know, the luggage that they made. Get you real warmed up. All right, come on, baby. There you go. Oh man, that thing is putting a smile on my face. All right, so I think what we done before was got these hit with the staple a little bit. Let me do that. These were a little weird here. I think all I'm done with this. I'm gonna do that here in a minute. Yeah, I actually sewed that shut, so I'm gonna have to undo just a little bit of it. We'll get that in a minute. No biggie. It showed sew marks in the patterns. I don't know why. All right, let's get some on the sides. try to hit where my staples were. Boy, they was quite a bit way. There we go. Let's see what we got. All right, let's get some back here. Yeah, the newer staples come out so much nicer than the old ones. These, where were these? Okay, I see you, I see you. Woo, 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 man. I love it, guys. I put it down in the comments what you guys are thinking, but man, I love it. Super badass, really. A lot of freaking work. I know that much. Okay, let's get some more here. Got me smiling. Let's give her some steam for a minute. Yeah, I'm loving it. Wish I'd have got it done earlier. I could have steamed it some and then threw it out in the sun. It still might be a little enough outside. It just helps them so much more quicker, the sun does, because it's just, you know, sun. Guys, I'm gonna do some steaming off camera real quick, just so we're not burning up all this. I'll bring you back when I'm right there at the end of it. So give me a little bit. I'll be back shortly. All right, guys, it's all finished up, looking beautiful. I'm in love. Hopefully he loves it. Get a top shot of it there. Check that thing out. Looking really nice, man. The bottom's taken care of back there. Just had a few threads. I thought I seen them in the old one, but I was wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out in the sun just to give it another final. Let me let this See it over here too. Look at that red through there. That's pretty cool. Get that bottom there. Side. Pretty cool. All right. Once again, thank you so much, everybody, for the like, share, subscribes, what you are doing for me. I keep getting a couple more subscribers each time, so I'm always happy to see that. Hopefully one of these days it gets going, man. I'm hoping so. But please put down in the comments there what you guys think about all this, you know. Did you like this? Did you like the last one? Give me some kind of feedback if you would. It helps me, you know, with did they like it? Did they not like it? So I really appreciate it. And sharing it and all that stuff. I really appreciate that. But I'm doing these buckets on another one. I'm gonna be finished those up, and then we'll probably switch it up a little to something else. I might do that boat outdrive motor on a video for some people, because there's a couple out there, but they're just not, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes the videos I find on YouTube, they're good, but they cut them short on certain areas what you're looking for. So I try to tend to be a little more fully as I can with it. That way, you know, we're not missing anything. But yeah, so yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Till the next one.